March the 4th, 1955. Today Daddy asked me where I got all that sassy stuff for my act, jiggling about the place like a polecat. Said he never saw much of it in the house when I was growing up. That's because you wasn't around much, I said. That's a lie. Truth is, something comes out over me on stage, like I'm wound up. I can't explain except maybe it has to do something with energy I have bottled up inside of me that I could never let out. Mama would never let out on account that she kept me in much. First time on stage, I was like an animal let loose. Some people think I'm an animal, period. And maybe they're right. March 13, 1955. Picked Dixie up and drove around town. We had a milkshake and then met Dewey, who started doing animal impressions. Dixie liked it, but I felt people were looking at us. She asked me to play a song, but I wouldn't, even though I had a guitar in the back of the car. Later on, Jean met up with us, and we went down to the river and had a beer. I got giddy with that and played a few numbers. The first one was the hardest. It's always that way. After you get into it, you don't mind what people think anymore. In fact, you don't want to stop. March 14, 1955. Spent the day with Dixie again. She keeps asking me what's happening with my career, but I don't really like talking about it. The chips are gonna fall, and where they fall, there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. But I feel it on my bones. I'm going somewhere now. Maybe that's why I don't want to mouth it up. Sometimes, when you do that, it doesn't happen, even if it started to happen. Dixie needs to lay off wanting to know everything. The more questions she asks me, the madder I get. I started falling with Jean to take her attention off of me, but that made her worse. She threw her hairbrush at me and flipped. I wanted to break it off with her there and then. I can't take her questions. It's like being in a phone booth with a gorilla. She told me I was getting too big for my boots, but that's not it. You just have to play it slow, and it's gonna go west. Her too, but I can't tell her that. She's too emotional and too struck into me.